Paint, 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 and paint. So, I'm going to age myself. When you start modeling or tabletop wargaming, you always start off with the tester's model set, at least what you did back in the old days, or now a Battlefront starter set of paint. And then you quickly realize that you need more colors, or you want more colors for ease. You don't want to remember recipes of how to mix paint. You don't want to go through the effort, and when all of a sudden you find a Vallejo color or another paint company's color that works perfectly and matches yours, you buy the bottle. Then the next part is all of a sudden you're watching YouTube, and especially when you're brand new, and you're trying to figure out a concept of what you want to paint an army or a tank or a plane in, and you watch a tutorial and you like the concepts that the presenter has shown you. Well, they usually give you a paint list. So half-heartedly, you scribble it down, run down to the store, and start buying paint. You get back and you found out that you bought 3 of one color you already had. You bought 2 of one color you might have already had, and you didn't buy enough of the color you still barely had left. There's a lot of options with this, especially in the smartphone age. There's ikit, which is they have a free version and a pay version. I'll go ahead and try to put a link to it down below, but it's in the App Store, on the Apple app and Google app, and it's a great program. You can inventory your paints, create shopping lists. It's got a scale tool. It's got all kinds of stuff. But they also have morphed it down to try to attract people to buy the paid version. Again, you're talking to a guy who built a spray box out of a cardboard box, huh? So a couple ways that I've learned to do it is the good old iPhone. With the iPhone, what you can do is you can list all your paints. List them by serial number, and that way you also can put at the end of there ×2, ×3 on how many you might have. That's one way to do it. I found it's very helpful because usually where I'm at, my phone's at, and I can take a look at it. So you can open up a Word doc or create a document on your Android system, put it on your notes on your iPhone, and it's very handy. It's very helpful for shopping, and also when you hear a person talking about painting in a modeling store, see them do it, and wondering if, do I really have that bottle of medium camo green by Vallejo? And you want to do it just the way he did it or she did it. And then you come home and you find out, yes, you did, but yes, you bought another paint too. That's one aspect of it. It's kind of important for you to track what paint. Now, I touched on it briefly. Another thing, if you create a mixture, the great thing about the Vallejo paints, one thing I love about them is they're in an eyedropper. So you can regulate the amount of paint coming out to really craft some custom colors. One thing I'll tell you to do, and we'll go more in depth in it, is write it down. Okay? That way you know how to recreate that color. Just grab the 2 Vallejo colors you used before, however many 2-to-1 ratio or 1-to-2 ratio. Bing, you got the exact same color again. In my next video, we'll go through what I call the painting log. Hope you enjoy.